Alright, so I just wrapped up editing my latest robot vacuum review, and while I was setting up some B-roll by this massive window by my desk, I had this embarrassing realization. I could barely see outside. Like, here I am obsessing over keeping my camera gear clean, when I should probably be cleaning my windows as well. But here's where it gets interesting. Ecovacs just sent me this WinBot W2 Pro Omni, which is actually a robot that literally climbs up your windows and cleans them. And I know you're probably thinking, great, the camera girl is now reviewing cleaning gear. But like I said in my robot vacuum review, the time that these machines are saving me cleaning my house is giving me more time to make videos. So think of it that way. If you think about it, as photographers and videographers, we talk endlessly about using natural light by windows, and we spend a lot of money on lighting gear. But when's the last time you actually cleaned your windows? And for us creators, think of it this way. Dirty windows are basically like shooting with a permanent haze filter you can't remove in post. So every time you rely on natural lighting, you're getting a muddier, less vibrant image than you could be getting with a clean window. Okay, so I've talked a lot about this robot, but let's actually unbox it and see how it works. So first impressions, it comes in a legit carrying case. It looks a bit like an ice chest. In fact, this whole kit is very portable, so if you do something like real estate photography and the house you're going to shoot has dirty windows, you could actually bring this with you and wash the windows on site. So everything you need is right here in this box. It contains a charging dock, cleaning pads, cleaning solution, and this safety cord, which you're definitely going to want to use. Alright, let's see what this thing can actually do. So here's the before. Notice that the windows are honestly embarrassing. It is months of dust, fingerprints, and God knows what. I mean, I do have 2 small children, and they are constantly rubbing their faces up against the window. So setup is super simple. You just plug it in, attach it to the window, press a button, and it goes to work. Alright, so I've got everything set up. I'm going to press it up against my window. Woo! Well, that surprised me, just how quickly and confidently it went to work with no hesitation. It's been working really hard, and I don't know if you can hear it right now, but it sounds like a traditional vacuum. You know, it's not any louder than that. I would bet that we could even go to the room next door and film in there, and let's see what the noise is like. So I'm over in my spare room. My desk is basically on the other side of this wall. So the vacuum is working, cleaning that window right next to my desk. And I'm not adding any sound filters. This is what it sounds like. Wow, so that was quick. It was actually quicker than I expected. I thought I'd have a little bit more time to do something else. But yeah, it finished the job. One thing to note is that when it is finished, I just heard the vacuum keep running, but I noticed that it wasn't moving. So I had to check my phone app, and the phone app is what told me that it was done. And so to turn it off, you have to physically be here. Because when you hold on that power button, the vacuum just kind of lets itself go. So if you're not holding on, it will fall. So just one little thing to note about when you turn it off and turn it on, you have to really be holding the vacuum. But looking at how it did, I mean, I don't want to touch it, but it looks really good. I don't see any streaks on the inside, but now we actually need to do the outside because I'm pretty sure that's where the majority of the stains are actually coming from anyway. So let's pop open my window and stick this guy on the outside. Another thing I want to point out is that I just unboxed the unit. I haven't even plugged it in or anything. When it cleaned this window, it was doing off of battery power. And from what I can tell, there are still 4 dots of battery life left. So that's pretty cool. So you can actually use this without having it plugged in. I think you can plug it in if you want, but as long as the batteries are juiced up, it can be done cordlessly. So let's go ahead and stick this guy on the outside. All right, it automatically detected that it was on the window, and like I said, no hesitation, it just goes right to work, which is really cool. Now, if you want to use it, there's a basic phone app that you can use to monitor and control the machine, but honestly, you can also just use the physical button on the robot itself. You just press and let it go. So initially I had the robot set to do a thorough clean, but I noticed that there were some really hard stains because this is a fruit tree outside, and some of the fruit had kind of hardened on the outside of the window. And For that reason, I changed the setting. I went over to deep clean. And so I was able to change the setting, in the middle of cleaning, and the robot responded. And so now it's doing a deeper clean. The attachment system is where this gets interesting. It uses a combination of magnetic wheels and suction to stay stuck on the glass. Watch this. I can pull on the safety cord pretty hard, and it's not going to go anywhere. The magnetic system is strong enough that even if the suction fails, it would still stay attached. Now for me personally, the safety cord is a non-negotiable. Even though I trust the attachment system, this thing is designed to clean second and third story windows. The cord gives you peace of mind and also meets safety regulations in most areas. So it does take some time to clean, so as it's doing its thing, you might want to go grab some coffee, maybe you respond to some emails, but here's the final result. The exact same camera position, same lens, same settings, and look at that difference. So this is a notoriously dirty part of my house. It's the main floor where the kids play. All of us hang out, and so I don't know when these windows have last been washed, if I'm totally honest. So let's go ahead and get this guy to work. Holding on the power button. There it goes. So now the robot's getting to work. I noticed that it's spraying and cleaning solution while scrubbing with the rotating pad system. What I'm watching for is whether it can handle the edges and the corners, which is usually where manual cleaning has the biggest advantage. Okay, that's actually impressive. So right now, notice how it's going right up to the window frame, and it's also maintaining consistent pressure along the edges. This is where most automated systems fail. One of the things I love about this unit is the cord storage. So it has this cable that keeps the vacuum unit attached to the whole station itself. And so when you're done, it actually retracts. Slowly but efficiently pulls the cable in and just stores it. So that is so nice. And also the power cord for the whole station, there's a little compartment in the back, so it can be really cleanly contained. So after testing this thing out in real life, a few things surprised me. Number one, you can use it on things other than windows. Basically, it can work on anything smooth and large enough for the robot to navigate. Let's see how it handles cleaning my glass shower door. It handles water spots and soap scum that I probably would have given up on manually scrubbing a long time ago. This would normally take me at least 30 minutes to clean by hand, and I would still leave streaks behind, knowing me. So really, the results speak for themselves. No streaks, no missed spots, and while it was cleaning, I was editing my videos. And the cleaning quality is genuinely good, like it matches what I could do manually, or even surpasses it in my case. So I thought that there might be some compromises for the convenience, but honestly, it's doing a much better job than I could do. And this is weird to admit, but watching it work is oddly satisfying. Like there's something nice about seeing a systematic, perfect cleaning approach happen while I can focus on other things. It's like having a very specialized assistant and letting me multitask in other ways. But let's talk about where this falls short, because it's not perfect. First, surface requirements. You need a relatively large, smooth surface. If your windows or mirrors have a lot of small panes or decorative elements, this isn't going to work very well. Now, speed-wise, it's not faster than manually cleaning if you're just looking at active cleaning time. But the big advantage here is that it's giving you hands-free time to do something else other than clean. And let's address the elephant in the room. $6.99 is not an impulse purchase. You need to honestly assess whether the time savings and convenience justify the cost for your situation. Maintenance is minimal, but it does still exist. Like you need to occasionally replace the cleaning pads and clean the robot itself. So it's not completely hands-free maintenance, but it's still pretty low. So who is this actually for? If you have large windows that significantly impact your natural light, especially studio or office windows, sliding glass doors, or floor-to-ceiling glass, then this makes a lot of sense. For creators specifically, if natural lighting is a key part of your setup and you're tired of shooting through increasingly grimy glass, the content quality improvement alone might justify the cost. It does for me anyway. But you might want to skip this if you only have small windows, you're on a tight budget, or if you actually enjoy the manual cleaning process. So there you have it. The robot that I didn't know I needed solved a problem that I didn't even know was affecting my quality of life. But for me, natural light is everything when it comes to video, and clean windows are the easiest way to get more of it. If you're interested, I'll leave a product link in the description below. And yeah, you guys let me know what you think. If you would try a robot window cleaner like this, I had never heard of them honestly until I tried this one out, and it's honestly been really game changing. But let me know what you think in the comments down below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.